No, but like for the one and and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it the email that was sent like a long time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent it in there. But if you want to do speech drop, that's also fine.
Okay, sure. I mean, you can just take a leaf, you don't have to resend.
Okay.
Resend speech drop, okay, cool.
You almost got it up.
Oh, I'm chilling.
Oh,
I've been good. He sent his Wi-Fi was over here.
Wait, what?
Is your Wi-Fi working?
I just did a hotspot. I'm good for the speech drop. Is there? What are we doing?
Well, I'm
Do
doing
it.
lazy whatever. I've been good.
Can you do a speech drop?
Do you want? I'll make it.
Yeah, I already sent one. You're good.
You did?
Yeah, check your email. You want to? I'm sorry. This is like.
Okay. Link on. Okay, and the app is on the email chain.
Awesome. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Conception one is framed with the standards consistently hidden in the sky, usual theorems, and mixing shot ways, and categories, and categories number 22. Process universally imprinted on human beings, often with light and surgery, with scrutiny, with power to kill itself, like figures to be not be hastily concluding humanity wants to cheat, or that it claims universality or the future of whiteness, that all living beings became a source of universal light, ability the earth must directly address universality that had arisen along the setting of the station of the apocalypse. The risk is just too high. We have written for next extremely high stakes 2014 execution irreversible. In time we will have better have time to evaluate execution we did research we know for certain other people positive, independently prefer it for degrees wrong. It's only consequentialism explains the difference between breaking a promise made for lunch, being and being a dying person in the hospital, and after specific government action and we should have suspended some or others other frameworks and that we mean fail because they prior to some others. Contention 2 is primacy. First is normalization. Normalization on ice, but conception policy and the gospel or the missing case begins 23. Biden is only to build on negotiation normalized sense before the world is knowledge after no priority to secure opportunity after being stable. We saw even talk to our about our between Israel and Palestine needs to react to normalization on ice in the war. In weeks before barbers normalized relations, there's two impacts. First, it lets the US reassert its position in the Middle East to deter China Barrier 3. China's war was revealed by the road focus on countering China, like the most important strategy about China's deal with the Saudi and Iran. Like Barrier saying Israel, Saudi is what it is, and me. Economic social alignment, China and Saudi interest, China and Iran, Saudi by oil, it's unfair state, great dollar, Biden to get wins, reason hasn't given any seeding spheres and influences, causes great power war, and weakens global democracy, grants 20. As why more violence and gender to authoritarianism run by autocratic region invasion of danger than the Iran government, who intensify the threats to democracy, goes with some economic but is an democracy, Chinese is the why, causing crisis and nuclear war. That's why some of the more ideas for peace rests on some examine ideology, doctrine, power, science, things that we renegotiate with dead power do so. Continues fear to challenge what is a real ambition, desire to make US beyond Japan, Taiwan, and the Philippines. Second, it creates a bulwark of allegations against Iran, which is otherwise aggressive, mandals for 3. Iran's ambition to dominate the Middle East, toward the Arabs and Israelis find common ground, leading sponsor of terror, Biden realized how to stabilize close relations between Saudi and Israel, create a bulwark against Iran, normalize ways other countries who participate in American led approaching with Israel, undermining Iran's global dominance. Iran remains a rival, Saudis want to see the outcome of this war. Iran activates the goal become the fighting moment, get overwhelmed Israel's missile systems strike everywhere. If Iran diminished our allies would be shots in the region more stable. Israel will retaliate with nukes for 19. The obvious scenario for Israel to use nuclear weapons would be in response for an attack. Israel's goals would be to destroy the military capacity of the enemy and send them as an any type of retaliation. There's no question Israel would consider using its weapons if there is conventional benefit. It's not in favor of political shift to be Israel isolated and only conventional attack. Nuclear weapons would remain part of the toolkit. Second, credibility support for rules-based international order and human rights are key to research and post-Trump Section 1. Safety can hate Trump's way attack amongst human rights intervention domestically and embracing authoritarians, alienating allies, problems away, reducing competition to climate power, US power, and security, US and human rights cannot afford to ignore dimension during Cold War, like great town regulators, saying civil rights. rights movement and legislation enhance its credibility. The world's watching closely. Competition focus on values, not just economic and military issues. American leadership is tied to its credibility and its free policies to save China. Verse 23. China begins to challenge that it is also leading one of the in which it exercises maximum dominance, which is to make the case for multilateral engagement in the human rights calls for upholding legislative decisions in China to arrest strengthen the leverage for the development alternative position and response to priorities to China's decision to support the God's worst large ruling credibly drop out the fan signal to training Israel and copy Article 23. World news about San Francisco, $1,000 American settlements, there's all the host on the most on the touch with the thing, global, many others with the US supports the period allies, and what a hypocritical argument in human rights and norms. The back countries use democracies are not condemning trust so obviously after what Ukraine brought into the United World, most in the Arab world, and Africa did not take to Russia. Widespread use, recognition of the difference between Allah set by the UN and the West, like the application is how currency considering support for Israel, White House, also Refutation, Moscow, Champion officials, that from going to point out isolating the world, so when it comes to policy, everything is in touch with governments, and systems diverted, touch on Ukraine, how it double standards, China identified distancing from Israel, appearing to the Palestinians, seeing viable global Austrian partner, many years of support for Israel, so long as just two states are sovereign. Regional allies specifically, or actually skip this card, let's go on to Chinese government, who did a revision of this true, and protect the climate escalates Taiwan war. Beijing strategy to global power, privacy, media party control, explain how China cannot reside in a system led by U.S. communist center have long family vacancies via China regain might to top the world. Unstoppable these barriers, only under station China achieve national rejuvenation, reinforce authority, provide legitimacy, Soviet national and socialism, abandon procedure, domestic global for rulers, give ability, silence critics, create goals and autocratic state, goals and pursuit change, aspire to be the international system, view U.S. dictators, hostile leaders, worry Washington threats, everything menace political primacy, last thing U.S. never given out their words doesn't exist, beacon of hope, human rights, prevent menaces is to be recognized as no limit on power, cannot cease threatening, seems to be unless America seems to be democracy, seems to be cannot make China whole without reclaiming Taiwan on ourselves, support on the state, U.S. obstructs for dominance, election world advantage, capital by 2025, only for 3. Circumcision will achieve by 2025, she's at the war cancel, U.S. election not protect America, China, buying war plans, large colleges, increase military resiliency, as China invades Taiwan, and see some extent which America depend on, China will not keep 5 million, Taiwan is nuclear critical too. Maybe with the anybody in better level, both as very war, position on Ukraine, chip, military for rapid, and complicating securing victory, quickly repeating to be hundreds of ballistic missiles, a U.S. airship, ships, and air bases for launching missiles, the key towards air bases, radar, sea, and center, the U.S. lost carriers and look for China lots of to make war with those sites, have letters for a new citation, escalate is great, detention 3 is solvency. Plan. The United States should substantially reduce its military presence in the state of Israel. Israel is the largest recipient of this military aid. By more than more American laws mean that aid is legal, but Israel is exempt from restrictions. Number 23. By national group funding, the opposition is that military aid is by nature of uses Israel largest beneficiary of this isn't receiving $100 million, weapons, munitions, and material we could 80% of this in the cards, that's zero entitled to legislation, also do so again. Isn't the other argument that spending will overwhelming advantage over regions, sending aid should be illegal. Foreign assistance act prohibits this in countries that matter violating HR. Armed labor control act has only allowed weapons for self-defense, bombardment wasn't near requiring US vet units. Before sending arms, Israel is exempt, the US doesn't trap. It's a blank check to no vetting the country by restricting aid, compared to all 21. But emergency policy by the way, the Paradise calls for use of many rights and for policy for all the rules also budgeted in Israel. Just like how much you remember voters for the mentioned forces and laws for the use of this for legitimate purposes to escape from further restrictions. So occupational plans for small competitions with the Palestine and Paris, which solves normalization by getting over UAP's biggest problem. That was above 119. President Tuesday did what's a really policy during news about answers to the advice on their name day. For founders remember to news which always done the government didn't realize also under conditions of war pressure reduced concession to getting 1 aid threatened. Troops began leaving Egypt within 36 hours threatened halt. Armed sales, force withdrawal from Sinai, 75 hours threat. Force withdrawal from Lebanon, decision force Israel to participate in conference for negotiating with the Palestinians. What's that? I'm good for 6.
Alright. What was the card you didn't read?
Raymond.
Rand? R-A-N-D?
Yeah, Raymond. R-A-Y-M-O-N-D.
Okay. Alright. Why is the app a good idea?
Yes.
Why?
Because we think that the plan would be desirable. We think there's multiple benefits to it. That is our contention.
Okay. What's the worst case scenario?
What's the what?
What's the worst case scenario if like your plan doesn't go through?
The worst case scenario, we think there's multiple existential risk scenarios that could, at minimum, endanger millions of lives
How many
and
people die?
probably result. What?
How many people die?
We think that we've read extinction claims. We think that that means that the numbers are in the billions.
Okay, so if the app doesn't go through extinction?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's talk about this whole like Trump thing. You read that Trump wins no matter what?
Sorry? Trump?
You said Trump wins no matter what?
I don't think I've read an argument like that. I think we've read uniqueness that says that Trump caused damage to our human rights leadership, which is why China is exploiting it now.
Okay, gotcha. Is there a possibility that Trump loses?
I mean, I think that that's probabilistic. No, we don't actually make an election scenario or anything about Trump. This is just a uniqueness argument.
Okay, gotcha.
We're not talking about the election.
Wait, so what if Biden wins then? Does it like kind of take out your uniqueness?
No, we're talking about the Trump administration did damage that is reversible, but lasting damage towards our international standing. Like when Trump threatened allies and
was closing up with North Korea.
Okay.
That was bad.
Sorry, I don't mean to ask about this, but like, if Trump wins, does that like redo everything and like make the scenario worse?
I think that to an extent that could happen.
Okay. So like, what should we try and prevent in your world?
We should try to prevent suffering. We think
Suffering?
we think we should try to prevent death. We think death is bad.
Okay, why is that bad?
Death is bad because it precludes every future progress. It stops future generations. It's paternalistic to say
Why is that a bad thing?
it's bad. Well,
Like, why is preventing future generations a bad thing?
Well, we think that future generations have a right to live, and we should.
Why do they have a right to live? Like, what guarantees their right to live?
Well, we think that. What do you mean? What guarantees their right to live?
Like,
We
why
think
should
that we
they
have an
have a right to live?
obligation because death means that there are no living beings. We think that
Why is that
bad.
bad?
Why is that bad?
Yeah.
Because it precludes all value in the world.
Is there more value or more harm in the world?
We think that there's more value.
Really? Why?
Why? Because the benefits of living are worse than not being alive.
Wait, why?
Why? Well, because being alive is good. I think
Why is being
everyone
alive good?
wants to be alive. Being alive is good because it is. It's just intrinsically good. Absent that, we lose the ability.
Wait, so being alive is good because being alive is intrinsically good, so being alive is good.
Well, we think that life is better than non-existence because
Life is better than
things
non-existence?
like pursue pleasure and pain. And
Is pain a bad thing?
we think that pain is bad. Yeah.
Okay, is pleasure a good thing?
Yeah.
Is the absence of pleasure okay? Like, if you don't have pleasure, is that fine?
I mean, I think that pain is worse in a sense, but we think that pleasure is also important.
Okay. Where does 4 in case?
Let me get set up.
Alright. Since we strong.
Okay.
Are we good with like 10-second grace period? Are we good with like a 10-second grace period?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Isn't that like the thing in NATO where they like let you speak for longer than speech time?
Yeah. Is that fine or you just want to count this 7?
No.
Okay. Alright.
1 second.
1 second.
Alright. Let me know when you guys are good.
You said 4 then, case?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
So in 3, 2, 1. As happiness only belongs to human suffering for all humans on earth, non-existence is always better than existence. Harm is bad, but the absence of good is not bad. At that point, you live in non-existence, that's the only path to non-existence. Therefore, the world allows the vote for requirements. Most life becomes humans are bad. Just CFD philosophy solves Doyle 7. Life and bitch entails some degree of harm, dying of potential benefits, existence ever worth, and the answer is no. Harm is better, benefits can harm, non-existing has no harm to good, no absence of any benefit of any kind of experience. Existence may experience not bad, non-guarantees no harm of any kind. Harm is some kind of guaranteed by existence. Only if existence suffering harm once death makes non-X, no further absence of benefit can be experienced. Beautiful first terms came because death is the only way to truly non-exist. That's good. The CFD philosophy solves. Corner 23. Men inherently malevolent because the capacity for self-love few choices that can lead to both outcomes. However, humans more likely to choose evil than good because their inherent selfishness even in present, not simply greed or selfishness, but deeper aspect of human nature, man of violent creature. Even due to be so, humans are driven by a constant desire to serve our own dominance over others, even the cost of well-being, desire for power. It manifests from the individual and societal and poly level, but OCF's philosophy of human developmentistic about highly nuanced and complex. He doesn't believe that humans are entirely evil and capable of goodness, rather he sees humans struggling between forces of good and evil, and I am Michigan, surrounded by classic characters, consumed by their own passions, despite temptation and corruption that surrounds them. Michigan remains advances against Michigan, BC, and counterpart to the CFD mission. This not be under the influence of the dark forces within us. He's ultimately betrayed by those around. Men really malevolent because the constant struggle between good and evil within us, our innate capacity for self. Those who really modern and rationalism only serve to exacerbate towards malevolence, elevating human reason, and in all like humans see themselves as gods, as a moral vacuum, and which I think is miserable. So long as it's for the interest of the individual in today's world, we're encouraged to pursue our own desires at the expense of others. People are driven by their own self-interest rather than caution. You also do accept suffering without extinction. The decay doesn't African verse 15. If the Africans and the extinction level impact on humanity's blood is on their hands. The decay advocates like humans die and end humans existers suffering while ensuring pleasure for other survivors, letting people die and further future happiness for existers, for friends and family of the dead, and eliminating all suffering for the non-existers. Nietzsche proves. Suffering, but if the kills you makes you stronger, will full of suffering, our ability to deal with suffering, and important exercise of character, something the strength to overcome the world. We've overcome it's meaningless. Second off, counterplay. Counterplay in the United States, federal government should reduce military presence, reductions in military presence ensures PMC villain, leading to escalation. Picard 23. Opaque industry and unpredictable U.S. heavily relies on PMCs. Contractors reduce size and human and military deployments outnumbered U.S. troops. Deployed in Iran and Afghanistan, U.S. contractors service with little oversight. Contractors don't even find loopholes with massive gaps. Biggest industry grows double capacity. Partnerships have high consequences. Contractors cease firefights and attacks to increase demand for services and financing. Legitimizing valid actors, normalization of PMCs plots, incorrupt and effective by passing national and international laws governing the use of military forces. PMCs do everything the military does, better for the world than how to use 23. PMCs are operating in conflicts with the weak legal system and the lack of effective oversight, ambiguity, and status. State actors employ them arbitrarily. Agreement PMCs are with little regard for HR violations, human rights, delegation of state dependency, increased state dependency, private sector security. Serious problem is creates less than the question of legitimacy. PMCs' existence on conflict constitute their right to respond to terror, have little interest in achieving peace. Iranian regional hegemony triggers news. Libya phase 22. Washington ignored Iran nuclear breakout capacity for Iran gets nuclear weapons. Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, and others will seek to arm themselves here and lies a worldwide nightmare. Nuclear weapons in the hands of technically challenged militaries under the risk of regional conflict. These would likely trigger include barrage of the tens of thousands of projectiles, wider war lines to spawning waves of refugees and disputing supplies. Third off topic. The United States should require binding consultation with NATO over whether the United States should withdraw. The United States should adopt the resolution or the results of consultation. Unilateral action is Afghanistan 2.0 and China's NATO confidence consultation solves Sleepman 21. NATO members seeking the frustration with the decision to withdraw lingering resentment over drop-down officials frustrated by the admin's failure to consult U.S. Secretary of Defense regards the decision to withdraw without conditions on the Taliban. Not surprised you've seen some countries' dissatisfaction. We should substantially consult before making decisions. NATO filters every impact and so the collapse causes global aggression and miscalculation ends the liberal order and emboldens China and makes defense commitments worthless. Bianjik 19. Catastrophic Russian aggression, miscalculated by the clear command. Hussein invade Kuwait, believed the U.S. would not respond to led to larger conflict, retirement, decreased American reach, influence, and economic advantage basis provides defense without NATO security interest would be undermined. NATO holds Europe military together for to coordinate security issues. EU has no military structure, few capabilities, no superpower, and security amplified populist movements. Regionalization brought conflict without NATO. Alliances be shaken to their core NATO commitment or defense commitments. Agency to China little to stop China from controlling Taiwan. Collapse the LIO alliances. Safeguard democracies, peace in the transatlantic for 7 decades. Europe, NATO collapsing this undercut structures that have brought peace and prosperity. Interpretation military's presence must refer to personnel or bases, not aid. It requires armed forces, reverse 03. If a country's military presence has some armed forces there. Presence of people in Macmillan 15. Presence of people include military presence. Military people presence is defined by active military personnel. 6. U.S. military presence is measured by the active military personnel in the region is compiled by the DoD. Forces are only personnel include stagnant infrastructure. U.S. DoD or Defense Report 3. Definitions: U.S. law provides a line between forces, military units, and infrastructure. Military presence refer to bases intend to exclude arms sales and operations. G-Hong 11. Title is misleading as acknowledgement by studies military presence refers to bases, ops, and arms sales, neither categories in presence. Violation 8 is non-topical. 1. Predictability, consensus of field definitions, and common usage. We define the resolutions term of a hot dog is not a war puppy. 2. Limits. No clear bright line on the total number of troops allows into the subsets of military-related equipment and infrastructure. Beginning of the topic magnifies often because no consensus is set for. Working on PTIB, they safety odd aid, otherwise neg on presumption or CP solves no better. No card says it would fill up to something like that. 4. Fourth off, defaulting on presumption, skep negates it, disproves that the resolution can't, or because the U.S. can't have an obligation to do the plan if morality doesn't exist. On case. Trump 2024 victory turns all your internals. He hates the ally systems and rules-based internal national order, unipolar hegemony that Biden advocates for. Trump decommits from the Middle East and tells them to do it with themselves. Decent 24. Trump the alliances are existing constituted terms of subsiding allies and limiting diplomatic solutions with adversaries. Biden seeks to restore primacy by reviving alliance systems. Reduces military presence in the Middle East. Allies should pay for the U.S. and the security it provides after the TPP. Biden's division of the world in the liberal democracies versus authoritarian states makes Russia an adversary. Trump's view of the world as the nationalist patriots versus cosmopolitans like globalists to convert Russia into a potential ally. Unclear commitment to NATO, which Trump will seek withdrawal from institutions and global calendars. Trump 2025 presidency destroys U.S. primary state and takes out every single one of your internal links. No hedge impact and true retrenchment stabilizing. Prefer cross-regional estimates and new statistics. Fat Weiss 18. Peace and stability exist where there's active interaction as well as where there's not. No direct relationship seems to be across regions. Security in the Middle East would be better off if U.S. troops had stayed home. Hard power, Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, intervention, Libya, and diplomacy on Syria have been equally ineffective as in stabilizing states. Unipolarity failed to bring peace. During the 90s, the U.S. cut back in defense by about 25%. World grew to radically more peaceful. Same non-relationship exists between fluctuations in GDP. Alliance commitments are forward military presence. U.S. could retrench out with fear of negative consequences. Armed conflicts fell in irrespective of ground power. The Washington chose the diplomacy question of President Obama had effect on violence, whereas long experience an increase in violence where the U.S. became more extreme. Only evidence we have regarding U.S. relationship with U.S. power stability suggests that two are unclear. Kafir, largest cred, IL. This evidence is not a single reverse casual claim that can prove that people like are present in Israel cannot prove the largest internal link to credibility, especially in genocide Gaza. As other people who reflect on hegemony and largely criticize our engagement in Ukraine and commercial investments in the area like DRC and Israel. Sanctions have proven the U.S. system lose credibility and now the great. Sorry, good for cross. Everything after like sanctions prove that the U.S. doesn't lose credibility now, just cut it. I can send Mark Doc after if you need. Okay. Good for cross.
Yeah.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
Yep.
Okay. Is death good?
Yeah, death is good.
Why?
Death is good because death ensures no pain for people who die. And then for the people who stay alive, their friends and family die, they experience that pain. The pain is good because in order to feel pleasure, you need to feel pain. That's Dostoevsky and Nietzsche.
Wait, so if everyone dies, then
Then there's no pleasure.
wait, so is pain good?
No, that's why you want death.
Okay, so you're saying that when loved ones die, we feel pain.
Right.
Okay.
Like, if my mom were to die, I would feel immense pain. But then eventually I would feel pleasure because in order to feel pleasure, you have to feel pain.
Then, okay. I guess the roll of the ballot stuff, like,
Right.
if I concede the roll of the ballot,
Mhm.
concede the defense of the case, and then concede the DA,
Mm-hmm.
why do I not win?
Because we kill more people.
You kill more people. Why do you kill more people?
Well, we kill more people excluding extinction. Your impacts on ours are all extinction. I say extinction is bad because then there's no good. But then our counter plan says just nuclear war. We don't get any extinction.
Okay, so is nuclear war good?
I think death is good. I don't know if nuclear war is good.
Okay, so should everyone in this room die?
I don't know. Like I think like to some extent like death is good, but I don't know if like all of us
Okay,
should die.
I guess the counter plan, I'm really confused. What is the counter plan?
Yeah, it's basically saying like when you reduce military presence, PMCs fill in, that leads to war and
So counter
escalation.
plan F, like, what? Counter plan, reduce military presence. Counter plan, reduce military presence. How does this compete?
Because your like plan is a little bit different.
What? Does this include reducing military presence in Israel?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Net benefit, how does it, like, what is this? I don't understand.
What is this?
The net benefit, what is
The
this?
net benefit of case
Of the counter plan?
of the counter plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like war without extinction.
Okay.
Like, because I think extinction's bad, but I think like people dying is good.
So how does the counter plan cause war?
Because of escalation from PMCs.
Okay. How does the app link to this?
I mean,
Okay,
like,
that's fine. The NATO counter plan?
Yeah.
How does this compete?
to like your case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying like we should consult NATO.
How is
before
that a
doing this.
competitive policy alternative to the app?
I think it's better to consult NATO because like we've already severed relationships with NATO, and I think we should consult
Okay.
NATO before taking decisive action.
I guess that's fine then. T?
Yeah.
I guess where does this have intent to exclude? It seems to say it includes this. Which piece of evidence has intent to exclude?
Wait, what?
Or I guess actually that's fine. I'll ask skepticism.
Yeah.
Where has skepticism been triggered?
I mean, it's just like skepticism, the theory of it.
What?
A false neg.
Okay, that's fine. Trump. Why does Trump win?
Because like every single poll in existence says that Trump's
Where
gonna
does
win.
where have you read that poll?
I mean, like I didn't read the poll in it. It's just saying like
What?
2024 victory turns all your eyeballs, right? Like,
Okay.
okay, if you can read something that says that Biden will win, then like I guess that takes out that offense. But
Okay.
like,
Let me just sit down before I start.
okay.
This room is 4. Jesus.
Sorry.
4 minutes. Yeah, let me just give it time. 4 minutes starting now. Okay, stop prep, minute and 33 seconds remaining, also in the dock. All the analytics I'm gonna review there for you.
Okay, great. Thank you. For sure. Let me know the docs and speech off.
Yeah, sending now.
What's the order?
Let me just send the doc.
Okay, I got you.
Have to shuffle. Yeah. Right, the order will be, we'll start, is that, oh, that's wrong. Here, it's that one from 3 turns. Sent, the order will be, beginning on case.
Okay.
So just in the order of the 1NR, I guess, and then I'll be moving on to, the topicality argument. So T troops. And then I'll be answering the reduced presence counterfeit.
So is it just pop down?
No. And then the consult NATO counterplan. And then the
Is anything accepted?
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of stuff accepted, probably.
Okay.
Sorry. It's just, you can't write everything out.
Yeah, I got you.
Where is the death good argument?
Death good will be at the very end.
Okay. Case starting on advantage or framework.
Okay. 133 remaining, but I'll do the speech. Okay. Everyone good?
Sorry, 1 second. I haven't got the document. I'm good.
Good?
Yeah.
Top locals, they have no uniqueness that means Trump wins now. They cannot just cite polls and cross-checks without reading them to you. Recent elections in swing states indicate that Biden has had 523. Key agenda items motivated voters. They need MAGA extremism. Failed campaign managers said voters stand up right to choose across country. Enthusiastic turned out continuously turn out same issues. Senior officials downplayed polling officials noted strength for down issues since 2020 polls a year out are polls. Voting behavior is voting behavior. Kentucky Democratic job 1. Proxy war laws. Extremism turned voter off. Positive indicators in Ohio, Pennsylvania. They conceded 3 terminal impacts. First, that normalization shows China aren't leaving anytime soon. That stops them establishing a sphere of influence in the region. Otherwise, they're emboldened to renegotiate another region, which causes broader Asia war. Normalization is necessary to unite the two ally blocs in the region. Otherwise, Iran escalates Hezbollah, and which scares Israel and causes nuclear retaliation. Taiwan outweighs China, views U.S. as declining power, and believes that due to international support as well as being a quote partner of choice that it conveyed Taiwan that goes nuclear because neither side can afford to lose. Head impact defense is wrong because our internal soft power. They drop the HR credit as key to the international system, which means they don't get new answers. Copy our yes, it is the largest internal link because countries believe the U.S. is saying one thing but doing something else when it talks about Ukraine and Russia, but when it talks about Israel, it does something else that's outraging them and causing them to shift to Beijing and Moscow. Independently, they drop the independence of Palestine more so we access all of our impacts. Chief. First is that I need kind of extraction these arbitrary vessel ground my card links kind of combination. Here's the card that says that it's most likely not expand why it wouldn't solve, which means the planet's vacuum period goes away, military can solve US military actions which is 0, so 2. Our judgment military doesn't make it all military actions which are engaged in regular non-combat activities, words that are engaged in combat or involved in one-time action are not engaging in presence. Presence includes foreign military sales and funding of other nations, particularly this is definition for the DoD. That terms limits with literature guides preparation. John Kong is about China and Africa and not qualified Thomas in 02. This paper grail built the DoD at military responses air app, and that gets 6 minutes to my 3. Skip the next card. Limits explosion is now limits of 40,000 troops in the Middle East. Functional limits check. Uses the same generic reasonability. Reject offense, defense, and reserve substance. Add 1 out of the top. We only sell a substantial amount of arms, so 4, maybe 5 countries, 4 of them are already top 1 of their reserve. Reduce presence countdown. First is current view, the counterplan. You should be confused. This is functionally planned policy, which is bad because it doesn't prove that the plan is bad. They have no net benefit to this. That it figured that wouldn't be happen no PMCs as a result of the plan because we do not have PMCs in Israel. None of this is about that. But if there is, then it's current view, the counterplan would resolve their net benefit because it doesn't lead to the plan. Consult NATO. Perm view both, it's following on with consultation to the counterplan should refers to the future, round 8. Should look to the future, the phrase is given in the future event. Should be uncertain, by 26. Should not be uncertain, yes, the word will sometimes does. Because certainty and immediacy competition is bad. Just like delay counterplans and bad policy counterplans that ruin propaganda and impossible government justice. They say no, it's supported NATO 23. NATO condemned Hamas, Goldberg said Israel does not send anyone and support the blank check. Germany at least wants to help them now in Popular 23. U.S. Secretary Austin defended Israel's use of American arms without place conditions. Said at NATO HQ, Stoltenberg named Iran and Hezbollah message to countries hostile. They should not utilize the situation and purpose. The meeting was to show support for Israel fresh arms from Germany that Israel used drones. NATO votes can be vetoed by one member, and they haven't said America abstains. America says no, they don't have an abstain for the votes. Signaling it's not seen the U.S. doing anything relevant forced to by NATO, which doesn't solve credibility. The net benefit is not very dangerous. The reason they were mad is evacuating civilians, not a common instance. Counterfeits have been all the outcomes looking they're bad. They steal the outcomes like topical controversies. The other debaters refer bad practices on SCAP. SCAP has not been triggered. They have no reason why you should trigger SCAP. We have a coherent ethical theory which justifies the maximizing expected well-being, because anything else is bad, but that's good. Framework, our interpretations, the debate is about the desirability of the plan. Anything else excludes the plan, excludes 6 minutes of 1 AC offense. It's bad because it takes away a predictable point of contestation. Performance contradictions, the voting issue, they violate because of the fact that they've read arguments that the plan would cause. They've read arguments that but they've also read a DA through the NATO counterplan to say that would be something bad as well as the plan that forces us to debate ourselves, which is bad. Independently, you should reject this argument because death is a real issue faced by people. There's no reason that pain is inevitable. I'll leave the line on their cards here. The role of the ballot is to vote for the better debater. You can cross by our framework offense there. Ours is inclusive because it lets them get their critique while we still get to weigh our arguments. The arguments they make about life being bad or wrong because they're just assertions. There's no reason why people don't think their lives have value. Our evidence from the 1AC says that it's paternalistic to say that people shouldn't have the right to determine if their lives have value in the future. Independently, reject this because it's morally repugnant. It's just by saying that we should all kill ourselves, which is bad. And independently, even if we don't cause extinction, we still kill lots of people, which they do too, which they say is bad because it causes suffering. And util is good because there's no other ethical care to use.
Okay. For starting. If fear of death is good, why isn't death good?
What?
If fear of death is good, why isn't death good?
Fear of death is not good.
You're reading your case.
Oh, I didn't read those.
Oh, you didn't read any of the death good cards?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
That was all.
Okay. If I win that death is good, should I win?
Death is bad.
Answer the question though.
Well, we think you've contradicted your performance. That's bad. That could be a reason why you wouldn't win. It doesn't mean you want to.
If I kick one of the CPs or like both, do I no longer perf on myself?
I mean, I feel like
Like, yes or
you've
no?
still done the action, so you still contradicted yourself, which is good.
Where did I perf on myself?
Because you read a DA, the console NATO DA, right?
Right.
Say that we need to consult NATO, otherwise this, which implies that that's bad.
Interesting. So your own implication was taken into account on this.
Sorry?
Your own implication was taken into account on this.
I really can't hear the
Sorry,
last.
sorry. Your own implication was taken into account on this.
Yes.
Okay. response on death good.
Sorry, the what?
The extended response on death good.
On the what?
The extended response on death good.
On death good. There was multiple responses. First, it said death is real. It doesn't make, it's bad to say that everyone in this room should die. It's paternalistic to say that future generations shouldn't be allowed to decide if their lives have value.
Okay.
And that the risk that life is good outweighs.
Interesting.
And
Okay, that's good. It's gonna be slow. Probably doing the whole thing, so I don't know if you speech talk.
let's go.
It's gonna follow order of the 2AC.
Okay. Wait, so you're gonna start with the case.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so first, okay, so you're starting with case.
Yeah.
And then T. And then you're going on the counter plan, and the NATO counter plan.
It's just down to your 2AC doc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, step. And then, okay, let me get my real pen. Where is it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Let me just turn around. Okay, okay.
Okay, fair. Just good. Alright, so in 3, 2, 1. The fundamental issue on case is that it concedes the fact that counterplan, the PMC's counterplan said that there's not going to be extinction. You prefer no extinction, because yes, death is good, but the K doesn't advocate for extinction. Cross-apply that to the entirety of case. On the topicality thing, here's the issue. We're gonna kick this for a couple reasons. Kick the topicality, condo is good. 1, neg flex. AF has all these advantages and neg deserves something. The entire point is that the neg can collapse on whatever they want and neg. 2, testing, determine whether the AF is a good idea or not, like in-depth research, plus testing, education, etc. And then 3, critical education. It improves critical thinking for AF. Strategic decisions equals the more smarter you are, and then policymakers have to defend them from different angles, so we should imitate that. 4th is logic. Under a world where neg reads uncondo CP, what if the judge doesn't like it? CP. AF is okay, so it goes status quo, AF, then CP. In that world, the judge would vote AF since it's uncondo, but SQO is literally better, and that's not AF. SQO is preferable to all of that. Proving CP does not equal AF good. Neg is also SQO. 5th, reciprocity. AF does get condo in the sense that the perm also becomes NID. They have to answer all of the perms, that makes it harder for the neg, and they get more perms for CP. So that's when you kick the topicality thing. On the reduced presence CP, here's the issue. The only response, like go for the PMC species, right? Literally the only response in the 1AR was that there's no PMCs in the region. Here's the issue. The counterplan is super clear. Reductions in military presence ensures PMC fill-in, leads to escalation. PMCs do everything that the US military does, but it's better for the role of the ballot. Iranian regional hegemony triggers nuclear war without extinction. Here's why that's preferable over the plan. We're telling you, you should reduce military presence because that leads to PMC fill-ins, that does lead to escalation and war, but every single one of their impact scenarios leads to extinction from war. Ours doesn't. You're preferring ours because both of us read you that extinction's bad, but I read you that death is good. So at that point, you just look to a war without extinction. Go down the flow. On consult NATO, they give you a couple like really big responses, right? And like prominently perfcon. We're gonna say tie that back into the condo good thing and then kick that so there's no longer a perfcon, right? On death good, we're gonna spend the majority of our time. On the perfcon, you don't perfcon it because it's not a voting issue because we don't perfcon anymore. We kicked everything, we tell you condo's good. And then on on death good, it's really simple. We're telling you that people are suffering. They also tell you in the rhetoric, verbatim, high schoolers going through stressful testing, family relationships, and college apps, that's suffering. A lot of people around the world suffer. Dostoevsky's philosophy is that non-existence is always better than existence because then you don't feel the pain of suffering, right? Pain is bad, but the absence of pleasure is not bad. That's everything that our Dostoevsky philosophy tells you. It's really simple. But then even then, when their family and friends have the pain of them dying and like they feel that pain is necessary to feel pleasure in their lives. That's Nietzsche, right? The thesis of decay is super, super simple. We're telling you that non-existence is always preferable to existence, right? That's because A, humans are bad, right? Like not necessarily humans are bad, but it walks down the philosophy that humans more likely than not either choose bad or they end up bad because of people around them. That's like what the Michigan book told you, right? So it's really, really simple. And then like the ult is accept suffering without extinction. Suffering is a good thing because suffering leads to more pleasure, because when you feel pain, inevitably at some point you feel pleasure. That's the Nietzsche thing. Let's talk more about this like reduce the presence counterplan. Let's just extend it, right? We're gonna tell you you should reduce military presence, the US federal government. Reductions in military presence ensures PMC fill-in, leading to escalation. That's again super simple, because we're telling you that like instead of leading to a USFG global military war, it's going to end up with a PMC war, which means that it's not going to be extinction because it's not the US. That's what we tell you. We don't read an extinction impact. You're always prepping the CP, because not only does he read an extinction bad card, but I also tell you on the alt, on the K, you don't want extinction. Neither of us advocate for extinction. In his world, if you do the neg without the CP, that's extinction. If you do the neg with the CP, not extinction, but war, which ties back to the K. Both go fundamentally misconceited. Then, on case, I mean like, it's super simple. We tell you we're cross-applying the death good. If there is extinction, that's bad. If there is war without extinction, that like turns into non-existence, that's a good thing. At that point, you negate it.
Okay, I have a minute and 30 seconds. Or a minute. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said in your speech that extinction is bad. Is extinction good or bad?
Extinction is bad.
Okay, so is preventing extinction good?
I think so. I think like the counterplan advocates are preventing extinction, and I think that's a good thing. Like the counterplan advocates for war, which ties into the K, but it also doesn't link to extinction, and I think that's good.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
As per your request, I'll send it off.
Oh, sorry. You don't have to do that.
Okay. I mean, it's a paragraph,
Okay.
but actually, I really don't think you need it.
Yeah. If you're using also, you're fine.
The order, it's just gonna be case, counterplan, death good. Okay, everyone good?
Yeah.
Case was conceded, which means we have 3 terminal extinction level impacts that all go nuclear, or at least they kill billions of people. These impacts are first, Taiwan War, which was dropped and it escalates due to neither side being able to afford to lose. Second was the Israel last shot scenario, where Israel will nuke Iran, which causes an existential nuclear war. Third was the sort of argument on China fill into the Middle East, which causes renegotiation. These are 3 conceded extinction level terminal impacts, which the terminal impact calculus here is very simple. The 2-hour prep time was really really damning on this. Their thesis is that while extinction is bad, death is good. I'm really confused by the 200 explanation, and I know so are you. I'll make it simple. The 200 agrees with us that extinction is bad and drops every reason why it comes first from the 1AC and 1 error. Even if death is good, even if they're right that death is good, if we are all extinct, then we can't feel the goodness of everyone around us dying and feeling good, which, by the way, is a horrible and morally repugnant argument, which they've dropped that independently is the reason you should vote them down, because it's unethical to say that everyone in this room's life has no value. Independently, we are going to extend the extinction outweighs arguments that were in the 1 error, which is that it is paternalistic to say that people in the future should not be able to decide that their lives matter. Extinction forecloses that. When we have 3 extinction level impacts, you know that at the end of the day, that you know that that in order to prevent extinction, you have to vote affirmative, which leads to the counterplan. Perm to the counterplan was completed. The counterplan is functionally just the app, but reducing military presence everywhere. They have no net benefit that links to the app. They've dropped, there's no private military companies in the region specifically that would be linked to the app, which means that the counterplan does not have a net benefit. They don't understand opportunity cost logic. The counterplan is just the app, but instead of just in Israel, everywhere. Which means that we solve the net benefit if they're right that it's good by proving the counterplan. That was dropped. Like, that should mean the counterplan is not a competitive advocacy, which means that they go back to the scope. That good. They've conceded that the role of the ballot is to vote for the better debater, which was warranted at the top of the 1 error on framework for reasons like fairness. Their model excludes the 1AC unpredictably and takes away a stable basis point for comparison. That's bad. That was dropped. Their role of the ballot was not comparatively extended, which means that if extinction is bad, you vote ass. I'll do the line one here. They say people will suffer inevitably. They don't have a warrant for this, which means that you should err on the side that life can get better, that people in the future might have better lives, even if some people suffer now. They say that non-existence is good and that pain is good, but if they're right that pain is good because it lets us feel pleasure, then everyone dying means that, like, we can't feel pain, which wouldn't give us pleasure independently. Their argument has no warrant. Like, why would pain feel good? Like, if I were to punch Kensho right now, and Kensho were to be in pain, like, he wouldn't suddenly be happy. Like, they haven't given you a reason. They're just asserting, like, what Nietzsche said in his book. They never explain why. Which means that your ballot is that extinction is bad even if death is good. But death is bad because people in the future have a right to decide if their own life matters. Vote out. Good round.
Good rounds.
Good debate. I would there's they're the only thing that can prevent extinction, which the negative concedes is bad. Doesn't make any sense. I think that you're reading a bad argument and then misconstruing a bad argument. I don't your cards definitely would defend that extinction is bad. I don't know, spotting them that extinction is bad just lets them win. I was very confused because they're the only team that solves extinction. The counterplan can't resolve it. Yeah, I was very confused by a lot of choices made in this debate. I don't know why you read Condo good in Tunar. They didn't read a reason to reject the team because of Condo. Maybe you did. If you did, I didn't follow it. So I don't know why you read Condo good in the Tunar. I think in CX you can be a little bit better. I think that sort of isolating processes of death is like probably the most winning argument. Like I want you to like ask them someone dying of cancer is good. Like, and make them say that. Like, a school shooting is good. Like, those types of things, you need to have them, like, have an answer to that. You kind of do, like, is everyone dying in this room? But I think, like using, like, very, like, explicit examples is, like, a really good way to, like, make it obvious how, like, flawed their theory is, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I think that would help, like, the sort of extrapolation of your argument. Because in CX, like, your answers do seem like a little bit circular on this, like, why is death good? Because, like, or why is death bad? Like, because it's, like, intrinsically, like, life is intrinsically valuable. Why is life intrinsically valuable? Because, like, death is bad. Like, it does get kind of circular. So I think, like, really putting it into perspective is, like, just, like, more of a persuasive way to, like, frame the argument.
Thank you. So I realized when you were talking about Condo, I didn't say Condo, but I did say process counterplan's bad on the process counterplan, and then dropped it there. If it was like, even if it was like 30 seconds and 2 error, would you vote on that?
Yeah, yeah.
Was the 2 error like fine?
It was just like, given the like thing where they're like, extinction is bad, like I don't know what else the 2 error would say besides, they said extinction is bad, we're the only team that resolves extinction, so we win. I think it was fine.
Like, was the strat in the 1 AR, was that like fine set up, or like, cause like I was really confused having to go about this.
I was like a little bit confused as well, I'm not gonna lie. I think the only thing that you need to be a little bit better on is the explanation for why the process of death is bad. Like that's the main thing that I would
So,
add.
do you think it might have said like, nuclear war is not instant, everyone dies, and then no
Yes,
more
exactly.
existence. It's billions of people starving to death slowly, of
Yes.
cancer, all these
Yes.
things. And you think like nailing him in cross-six, like, so school shooting is good, like,
Yes, exactly.
he's killing memory is good, like
Yeah.
that sort of thing? Okay.
Was there a role to ballot, or was there a role to ballot to your ballot under death?
What?
Was there a role to your ballot under death?
Like a way that you wouldn't, I don't understand what you mean by, is there a role to my ballot?
Like, what should I have done to get your ballot under death good?
Well, like the first step is not, like, is you have to defend, you must defend that extinction is good.
Okay.
Because your cards would conclude, if you read cards that say death is good, you need to defend that extinction is good. And you need to have an answer, like you don't have an answer to like this, it's paternalistic to like decide for future generations that their lives don't matter. I think that you need to probably have a better argument, a better answer to that. I agree with Sterling. I think that was new in the 2AR. Was this like I didn't have like a coherent argument for like why their explanation of why like intuitively the entire time I was like makes no sense. But like your explanation of why like pain leads to pleasure like never made sense to me. I don't think the 1AR really grappled with that, and the 2AR did. I think you include that in the 1AR, but yeah, that was the other one that I just like, if that's like answered at all, I don't know why pain leads to pleasure.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
I guess just on the, like, extinction bad, like, the circle, what do you think is the best answer in this round that I should have said for why death is bad? Like,
Well, I think like I don't think you did. You didn't read like you didn't read like a blunt pleasure pain argument, did you?
no.
Like personally, I don't think it's like I would like my initial thought is like again going back to the process of extinction causes immense pain that outweighs the like pain that you like receive like living your daily life.
Yeah.
So I think that just like drawing the distinction between those two is like the most important part in this debate. I don't think you need to get into like, I don't know, like the intrinsic value of life rather than just like pleasure is good to have.
And like the competition stuff, PMCs thing, like, I'm right?
Yeah, you definitely.
Thank you. Sorry.
Wait, sorry, last question. If I'm reading non-existence good, why do I have to defend that extinction is good?
Yes.
What?
If I read non-existence good, why do I have to defend that extinction is good?
Why?
Yeah.
Because you've read a theory that says that death is bad. So extinction is the culmination of all of death, which would be the best impact. Like that would be the most offense for you.
Okay. So it's just like the most strategic.
No, it's not even. It's just the argument that your authors would conclude.
Okay.
Very good.
Good.